Hey, good Sunday morning, everybody. I'm heading to church, as you can see. But I thought I'd give my thoughts. I mean, seeing as though tonight's lockdown, and I already gave my thoughts on that, I wanted to give my thoughts on the Slammiversary 11, or Slammiversary's 2013's location being revealed as Boston, Massachusetts, or Boston, Mass, I should say. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that it's a great wrestling town. It's I guess you could say, one of those very mark-out towns, but it's also called, I guess you call Cena Nation, even if it's still that, or Cena Country, if you still want to consider it that. Well, like I said, it's still considered Cena Country or Cena Nation, whatever you want to call it. But now, the obvious question that I think plagues everybody, we know the location. Now, I'm pretty sure by tonight we'll know the arena. But, will we? You see, a lot of people are wondering, what arena is it going to be? Now, I think pretty much they could rule out Boston Garden, the new Fleet Center or Target Center or TD Waterhouse Center, whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure you could rule that out because that's probably WWE territory. But what about the other ones? Now, some are hoping for the arena at Boston University, which is Agnes Arena or something like that. And it's supposedly one of the very newer ones. Some people are hoping for that. But you also got to realize we have another arena in that same vicinity or that same area or whatever called Walter Brown Arena. I think that's what it's called. And you got to take into consideration that itself might end up being Slammiversary's arena location. But then again, you also got to look at the fact that they could go back to the arena they did when Samoa Joe won the championship. Yeah. Hold on for a second. Yeah, in Lowell, Massachusetts. You got to remember, just because sometimes TNA says they're going to go to a place, they're going to use a big city's name, doesn't mean they're always going to do that. Now, true, they've done that recently in the past. Like tonight with lockdown, and of course with the Grand Canyon University for Bound for Glory. I get that, I understand that. But now the question is, are they going to do it again with Boston, or are they going to be outside of Boston? See, that's the question a lot of people want to know. Are they going to be right in Boston, or are they just using the name so they can go outside of Boston, or just outside the city limits to the arena that they were at for lockdown a few years ago? Is that what they're talking about? See, not a lot of people know. A lot of people would like to know. And again, like I say, I'm pretty sure by tonight, if not already by the time you watch this, depending on when this goes up, we'll pretty much know the location of lockdown. I mean, not lockdown, but of Slammiversary. We know the location, I should say, but we'll pretty much know the arena, the venue. I'm happy for the people in Boston for getting... Again, I'm happy for the people in Boston getting the way I look at it, the second biggest pay-per-view in TNA's calendar year. Not the third biggest one because that's how it's scheduled, but the second biggest one because, let's face it, it was the second biggest. Well, it was the first event. It was the first biggest one they did, but basically their WrestleMania is Bound for Glory. See, I guess you could consider this like their SummerSlam, if you will. sort of like everything's in reverse. Bound for Glory's Mania, before that SummerSlam, then lockdowns. Now, I guess you could say it's like Survivor Series, and then Genesis is like the Rumble. At least they got that one thing in line with the WWE, but it's kind of almost like in reverse, so kind of mixed up. But anyway, like I said, the question is, what venue in Boston will Slammiversary be in? And again, like I said, I'm pretty sure by the time this is probably uploaded, we'll already know the answer. But the question is, will it be the Boston University Arena? The Agans Arena, or however you call it. And I apologize if I mispronounce it. Or will it be the Walter Brown Arena? Or will it be the arena they had for lockdown a few years ago, outside of Boston? I mean, I'll tell you this, folks. I'd be pretty much surprised if they did end up getting the Fleet Center or the TD Waterhouse Center. That would be a huge surprise. But the way TNA is, I think they might end up with either Boston new arena or the Walter Brown Arena, or even outside of it. I'm hoping, look, I pray you guys get it right in Boston. But the question is, what arena will it be? I mean, I looked the arena size, the seating capacity online. Up online through Wikipedia and stuff. And both arenas, both Walter Brown and the Boston U Arena, and the new Boston University Arena, all seem to sit around almost 72,000, about 7,200 people, basically 7,200 people. But the question is, which one will be chosen, if any? Or will they choose Lowell, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston, and just use the Boston City name to generate attraction? I'm just saying. I know I guess if you want to look at it in a way, I know they kind of hit a home run in their minds, if not a grand slam, with the largest U.S. attendance tonight at lockdown. I totally get that. I totally understand that. I know they pretty much feel that way because they're in the Alamo Dome, and as far as their attendance record goes in the Alamo Dome, it's going to be a surprise. But the question is, they've so far, in my opinion, have lived up to having events in the cities they are advertised, not just outside of them. Like I said, they've lived up to it with the Grand Canyon University in Phoenix. They've lived up to it tonight with the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. But the question, will they live up to it for Slammiversary? I know a lot of people are hoping that they do. And a lot of people are hoping for the newer Boston University Arena, the Agans Arena, or whatever it's called. And again, I apologize if I mispronounced it. But they also got to realize that if that's not going to be the case, they're going to also probably have to go for the Walter Brown Arena. They'll have to deal with that, which isn't a bad choice because both sit just about the same amount of people. But seeing as though it's going to be in the summer, the newer Boston University Arena, in my opinion, is the logical choice. Because it's going to be around the summer. School's going to be about out, or just gotten out, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be the venue. If it's not, and it's Walter Brown, don't be disappointed. And heck, even if they end up saying, hey, we're just using, if they end up doing what they've done before and just use the name of the city of Boston and say, oh, by the way, it's going to be at where we had lockdown a few years ago, don't be disappointed either, because at least it's going, if you have true TNA fans, they'll be attracted to the venue because of the name. You know what I'm saying? But in all honesty, we just gotta wait and see. Again, like I said, depending on when this is uploaded, we'll find out or we'll already know the venue in Boston for Slammiversary. If not, I'm pretty sure we'll find out in the next few weeks. So that's all I'm going to say on this. Again, my hat's off to Boston for getting Slammiversary 11. But the only question now is, what venue are you guys going to have Slammiversary in? Will you have it in the new Agans Arena at Boston University. And again, I apologize for mispronouncing it. Or you're going to have it at the Walter Brown Arena. Will you probably be surprised if they say, hey, we got the TD Waterhouse Center, formerly the Fleet Center? Will you be surprised if that happens? Or will you just be going a little outside of Boston, back to the location they had for lockdown a few years ago? See, these are questions hopefully we'll have answered either by tonight at lockdown or in the next few weeks during the live on-the-road impacts. So let me know what you guys think. Comment if you like. Video responses are greatly appreciated. And I'll talk to y'all later. I'm heading to church right now. I'm just about